The problem was the problem is not lack of talent. It was lack of connections between the talented people and the opportunities. That is why I founded Women Fisheries Graduate Network. Women Fisheries Graduate Network is not just another WhatsApp group or networking. We have a clear mission and vision to empower the fisheries graduates, connect students and scientists and industries to build a global communities. We started in 2025 February with just 5 members and a dream. Today we have grown with a network of network of around 667 plus students and the scientists and industrial peoples. The journey taught me one thing, something personal, that language is secondary, confidence is primary. Yes, I'm not fluent in English and I don't know Hindi at all. Yet with little in English, I know and I have a lot of confidence. I have been able to build international collaborations. If I had waited until my English became perfect, WFGN would never have existed. There is a saying in Tamil, but I'm translating here: declare your own worth. Don't wait for others to recognize it. So I'm repeating it, that declare your own worth. Don't wait for others to recognize it. The first failure doesn't begin with when you speak imperfect English. It begins with when you don't speak because of fear or low confidence. So every students and researchers here today, please step forward, ask questions, share your ideas. This is not a classroom or one-way webinar. This is a global interactive summit where students interact directly with international scientists, researchers, and industry leaders. Your questions, your ideas, your voices matter here. Believe in yourself, speak with confidence. The world is not looking for perfect English, it is looking for a passionate people with good ideas and courage to share them. I'm welcoming everyone here, and now I'm just listening to Aparna, Vajpayee, my treasurer.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Victor sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our global audience. Let me begin with a simple thought. Talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. And that is exactly why platform like WFGN exists. I, Aparna, treasurer of WFGN, for the past 8 months, I have had the privilege of working closely with our founder, Victor sir, witnessing the journey of WFGN from a small team of 8 passionate individuals with a shared vision to a rapidly growing global network connecting women fisheries graduates, students, researchers, scientists, industry professionals. My academic background include a bachelor degree in commerce and an MBA in digital business from Triple IT Lucknow, complemented by professional experience in the NGO sector. This combination has strengthened my understanding of organizational development, digital communication, community engagement, and social impact. At WFGN, I am committed to ensuring that our work creates meaningful opportunities for women and help bridge the gap between talent and industry need. WFGN is more than a professional network. It is movement dedicated to empowering women in fisheries, aquaculture, marine sciences, and allied sectors. We believe that every talented woman deserves the opportunity to contribute, lead, innovate, and grow. Our mission is to connect skilled women and education, research, entrepreneurship, employment, industry, government initiative, and international collaboration, creating a stronger and more inclusive fisheries ecosystem. In addition to serving as treasurer, I also lead WFGN's media platform together with Karnika. I will be heading for our upcoming media platform, Aqua Queens. Uh, can you appreciate this by clapping? Aqua Queens, yes, she speaks blue. This initiative is designed to become a trusted voice for the fisheries and aquaculture sector by making scientific knowledge, government initiative, and field experience accessible to everybody. Through Aqua Queens, she speaks blue. Our vision is to simplify complex aquaculture and fisheries topic for students, farmers, entrepreneurs, and public. Second is highlight the latest development in aquaculture, fisheries, seafood processing, fish health, nutrition, sustainability, and blue economy. Next is communicate government schemes, institutional research, and policy updates in a practical and easy to understand manner. Next is share success stories of women farmers, researchers, startups, and innovators who are transforming the sector. Next is create awareness about responsible aquaculture, biosecurity, fish welfare, environmental sustainability, and climate resilience. Next is build a bridge between research institutions, government agencies, industry, and farming communities. Inspire young women to pursue career and leadership roles in fisheries and aquaculture. Our media platform will not only report on the sector but also become a platform where farmers' voices are heard, researchers, innovators are shared, and industry opportunities are made visible. We want to ensure that knowledge does not remain within laboratories, does not remain within institutions, but reach ponds, coastal areas, communities, classroom, and markets. I strongly believe that communication is one of the most powerful tool for development. When the right information reaches the right people at the right time, it can improve livelihoods, strengthen businesses, encourage innovation, and creates lasting social impact. As WFGN continues to grow globally, I remain committed to supporting our vision of empowering women, promoting collaborations, and building a stronger, more connected fisheries community. Together, through WFGN and Aqua Queens, She Speaks Blue. We hope to inspire, educate, create opportunities, and contribute to a sustainable and inclusive blue economy. That's all from my side. I hope you will enjoy the session. Please stay connected, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much to both of you, Sagaya sir and Aparna. I think that gives everyone a much clearer understanding of why WFGN exists and what we are trying to build actually here. And sir, after hearing the vision again, I think the WFGN team has officially lost the option of taking a long vacation anytime soon. But jokes apart, this is about building connections, creating access, and opening more possibilities for women in fisheries. Of course, but a network doesn't run on vision alone. It also runs on people, teamwork, coordination, and in our case, probably a slightly unhealthy number of WhatsApp messages. So I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the team behind WFGN. So I'm Apurva Kriti, and I have the privilege of serving as the president of WFGN. We have Srishti Joseph, our vice president, Akanksha Tiwari, our general secretary, Aparna, our treasurer, and Aditi as the event coordinator. Now, to the entire WFGN team, I'd like to thank you a lot. From speaker coordination and invitations to schedules, communications, and all the last minute, guys, we need this right now messages. You have made this summit possible. A huge round of applause for our team, actually. since we are online, we can either clap or aggressively use the clap reaction. Both are officially accepted, by the way. So now I think it's time. So we would like to wait for 3 to 4 minutes to give a cooling period to everybody. And then I would like the Miss Akanksha Tiwari to take us forward with the session one, as she will be the in charge of session one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apurva. Let's just first wait for 2 to 3 minutes and let our participants join for session one, and then we will begin. Since it's 1 hour already, shall we start? Okay. So where was I? Yes, our session, that is Feeding the Future, the Role of Aquaculture. A very good afternoon to everyone. I, Akanksha Tiwari, along with my team members, that is Shweta Chaturvedi and Prathama Vijay Sakpal, will be hosts for the session. Aquaculture is not just an industry, but a solution, one that has the potential to sustainably bridge the gap between demand and supply, support livelihoods, and strengthen the blue economy. This session aims to explore new innovation, science, and sustainable practices in aquaculture that can help us meet the nutritional demands of the future while maintaining ecological balance. From advancements in fish nutrition and genetics to sustainable farming systems and emerging technologies, aquaculture is redefining how we nourish the world. We are truly honored to have with us 6 distinguished guests, experts, researchers, and thought leaders who bring a wealth of knowledge and experience in the field of aquaculture. Their insights will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and inspire meaningful dialogue
बोल तो दिए हैं, बोलना चाहते
meaningful dialogue on shaping a resilient and sustainable future. So, without further ado, let's begin today's session. However, before that, I would like to request our participants then please write down any question that you have for our speakers in the comment box regarding the session topic or their presentation, along with your name as well. We would discuss it at the end of their presentation. So, I would like to invite our first speaker, that is Miss Ola Awad Ali Ashry. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. A dedicated aquaculture professional and researcher associated with the Faculty of Agriculture at Suez Canal University, Egypt. Ms. Ashry has been actively engaged in the field of aquaculture with particular involvement in research focusing on sustainable aquaculture practices. Her work includes contribution to scientific studies on biofloc technology and shrimp culture system, especially in improving growth performance and survival under zero water exchange conditions, an approach that aligns strongly with sustainable and resource efficient aquaculture. She is a part of growing global community of young professionals who are passionate about advancing aquaculture through innovation, research, and collaboration. Her engagement in the international platforms and knowledge sharing initiatives reflect her commitment to building a more sustainable and resilient future for fisheries and aquaculture. We are delighted to have her here with us today as a part of this global dialogue. Please join with me to warmly welcome our guest, Ms. Ola Awad Ali Ashry.
Yeah, thank you for talking. Yeah, thank you for this beautiful introduction. I'm so glad that I'm with you today, and I'm so excited to talking about aquaculture and how we can women can fix the aquaculture or innovations aquaculture by not traditional way, but by smarter way because we have to thinking more smart than we have to thinking to how to find a new solutions for feeding the population or knowing what is the new plans for the world. So I'd like to, if anyone else would like to ask me anything, I'm with you today. And today I will talking about my experience about aquaculture and what is the research that I really did with my team. First, I finished my master degree in biofloc technology. In shrimp aquaculture, I finished I completed my BH degree in shrimp aquaculture by using fruit wastes as phytobiotics. So I would like to sharing with you a small, short PowerPoint if they don't mind. It's okay or not?
Yes, yes, ma'am, sure.
Yeah, I would like to sharing some, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Screen share. Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Yeah, this is I'd like to making a short presentation for this session. We're talking about feeding the future. So I would like to talking about my research in just a small presentation. Is this okay? Anyone listen? Hello?
Yes, yes, we are all listening.
Yeah, thank you. So first I will talking about what is the challenges behind the feeding the future. And we saw the population is growing, and also we need to growing aquaculture production to sorry to feed all this population. So this is mean when we the growing population need a higher demand for protein, so we need more aquaculture production and also sustainable solutions. So why we choosing aquaculture? Aquaculture now in these days it's a great showing that it's a fastest growing food production sector and playing crucial roles in global food security and food safety also. Because we need to feed those peoples by food safety, avoid any hazard, like chemical, physicals, or microbiology hazards. So it's also provided high quality protein containing essential fatty acids and vitamins and minerals. And also helping communications for economic and opportunities for employment. So this advantage for aquaculture is facing a lot of challenges. So the biggest challenges in aquaculture is high cost of aqua feed. It's between 60 to 70% of total processing. So, and also the high cost of fish meal and fish oil. So we needed to search about sustainable ingredients to help to create a good feed for the future. And also the biggest challenges is the diseases. And some people use antibiotics and drugs and chemical components. And this is what else? This is making indirectly efforts for human health. So the answer is why we don't use the natural sources. So some people using a probiotic, a prebiotic, and symbiotic and phytobiotics, and this is a natural sources, and this is eco-friendly factors. So why we don't use it in our feed for fish, and also we have a lower cost. So I use it phytobiotics to enhance gut microbiota and immune system and to improve the feed intake and digestive enzymes in my fish and shrimp, and promoting the growth production. This helped me a lot. So I use it the phytobiotics, and when people say what is the phytobiotics, I saw bioactive component derived from natural resources like a fruit, vegetable, herbs, and sometimes algae, and also bifloc. It's a part of this community because it have a lot of functions like antioxidants, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatics, and also growth promote. And also has a essential oil, and this is helping me a lot for good immunity for my fish and shrimp. My researchers uses a banana peel and orange and crab and brinkery beer. And because it have a lot of wastes, and this wastes contain a lot of bioactive components and natural ingredients that help me a lot to enhance my fish immunity. And also it's a low cost and something natural, so it's environmental friendly. So I use it those wastes, but before I use it, I'm making a fermentation process to enhance these components, to enrich the chemical composition of these components and nutrition factors, and also reduce the anti-nutritional factors and help this for more digestive and more making the shrimp or my fish take more benefits from this from the diet or the fish the shrimp diet. So I'm making a two experiment. A pre-experiment is a short experiment for 45 days, and other experiment based on the best results. It's completed 90 days with the different doses, and this is the result is shocked me because the treated with the fruit wastes, it's better than control using adjusted diet. And this is helped me for growth performance, increasing the growth performance, digestive enzyme, bacteria in water and intestine, like heterotrophic bacteria, and reduce the total Vibrio count, and also this effect in my gene expression. So this kind of research have outcomes like why we throw all the fruit wastes or these wastes, and we can use it again but as a natural phytobiotics, and if you making a fermentation processes and enhance this component, this will help us in future. So outcomes, it's I will say this is quickly because my time is it's already done. So I would like to conclusions that fermented fruit wastes or byproducts enhance the growth performance and survival rates and feed conversion ratio with my shrimp, and improve bacteria and digestive enzyme, and also improve my immunity and growth relative genes. And this is byproduct. It's help a lot to making the sustainable products or sustainable immune stimulates for the future. And I really appreciate when we do something like this in future, not in Egypt, just in Egypt. I would like to do this in whole world. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed my presentation.
Yes, ma'am, we thoroughly did. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now,
Yeah.
introducing our next speaker, that is Mr. Sailesh Guru, who's currently serving as an assistant professor in aquaculture at the Institute of Agriculture and Animal Science, IAAS, Tribhuvan University, one of the Nepal's premier institution for agriculture research education. Alongside his academic responsibilities, he is also pursuing his PhD in aquaculture. reflecting his strong commitment to advancing knowledge in this field. His expertise spans key areas such as aquaculture systems, biofloc technology, and fish nutrition, domains that are the sustainable to central to sustainable and efficient fish production. Mr. Gurung has also contributed to scientific research, including studies on species like Nile tilapia and common carp, focusing on growth performance, feeding strategies, and sustainable culture practices. He has received prestigious honors, including the Prabal Jan Seva Shri Award from President of Nepal, highlighting his impact both in academia and society. We are delighted to have such a dynamic academician and researcher with us today. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Sailesh Gurung. Sir, are you here? I'm sorry. I think due to some issues, network issues, he's not available right now. So I would like to invite next speaker, that is Dr. Sunil Kumar Nayak, a distinguished researcher and scientist in the field of aquaculture, genetics, and biotechnology. He is currently associated with the Fish Genetics and Biotechnology Division at Central Institute of Fisheries Education, CFA, that is ICR CFA Mumbai. With an impressive research profile, he has authored over 40 scientific publications with significant citations, contributing extensively to areas like selective breeding, genetic improvement of cultured species, aquaponics, and sustainable aquaculture systems. His recent research includes innovative approaches such as nanoconjugated hormone delivery system to enhance reproductive efficiency in fish, highlighting his contribution to next-generation aquaculture technologies. Dr. Nayak has also been actively involved in several institute-level research projects addressing critical challenges in aquaculture, including genetic improvement programs, disease management, and climate-resilient aquaculture practices. We are delighted to have him for today's session. Please welcome Dr. Sunil Kumar Nayak.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you
So
so
can you
much.
please turn on your camera? We want to
Okay.
see you.
Is it-
Hello, sir.
Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Sunil Kumar Nayak from CIFE. I am presently working as a senior scientist at Fish Genetics and Biodivision at ICR CIFE Mumbai. So recently we are working on genetic improvement program. Okay. So in my previous lecture, what given by our esteemed scientist, that feed is the main part of growth in aquaculture. Okay. So 60 to 70% feed required, 60 to 70% inputs required to develop the production of aquaculture. Okay. So now comes to the genetic improvement. Why we require the genetic improvement program? Okay. Till now, 10 to 15% of genetic improvement program around the world are going on. Okay. Still 80 to 85% is required for the growth of the our fisheries, fisheries fraternity or fisheries fish production. So when it comes to the improvement program, all around the world, salmon, trout, then in India particularly, 5 species genetic improvement program are going on by SIFA. One is our Jayanti Rohu, Amrit Katla, then GI Scampi. In CIFE, we are working on Magur, Mahamagur, that is. Next one is our common carp, inland saline common carp. So these are the programs in India, and some program are going on in SIBA also. So Pineus indicus. Okay. So all these programs are going on still. So why we are going into the genetic improvement program? So why we are working on those areas? See, nowadays I am working on particularly cohort breeding. Okay, cohort breeding of Brigal. So I will let you know what is the status of the world aquaculture. In 2022 data, 223.2 million tons of fisheries production around the world. And in comes to India, what Indian scenario? What is the status? 19.5 million production are there in from capture and culture aspects. So from culture aspects, around 40 million ton. So still 40 million ton, and particularly in carp, that is 80 to 85 production from carp. So in carp, IMs that Katla 30 to 35%, then Rohu is 25 to 30, and the 25% is around Mrigal. So, and Asia is dominant around the world in production of, and Indians in Indian context, you see what is the GDP, how much GDP we are going to 1.1 to 1.2% in national GDP of particular India, and 7% to the agriculture GDP. So why we require, and our our government is trying to focus in Amrit Bharat, that is to 2047, 40 million ton production will required. So now what is the status? And now export value more than 73,000 crore export value in Indian rupees, I am telling. So that much we are getting. And in seed production unit, in seed production particularly, we are getting around the seed production of 52 to 60 billion seeds. So what we required after doubling the production from 19.5 million to 40 million, we required around we require around 120 billion seeds. Okay, so fry and fingerling we require. So for that, what is the cost of production? I'm giving here a unit of production over here. Then, so in expansion, so efficient breeding program. So why we require efficient breeding program? Because due to the reduced production cost, improve disease resistant, improve utilization of feed resources, and improving product quality. And particularly, we are focusing on how to genetically improved variety will growth. Particularly, one trait we are focusing here is growth. So poultry, how it developed, then goat, everything, all traits, there is the required research and development, population, quantitative and molecular genetic. In India, all those pieces are there. State pieces we declared in India. The next one is how the economic importance, so conservation status and all those things are required for the areas. So what in particularly come to the breeding program. So in breeding program, first is the production system, what kind of production system we are having. Then breeding goal, collection of information, phenotypes, family relations, genotypes, and determining the selection criteria. And whenever the collection of information, after that, first thing we require, domesticate the fishes. Okay, whatever the new fishes. Suppose someone works on the star predator, simple, we'll say in the tor predator or moasi. Okay, so we have to domesticate or tor. We have to domesticate those things. After domestication, then we have a proper strategy for the how it breed and all those things, keeping all those brooders in our areas. Then after that, we have to take some selection program for mating, and then dissemination and evaluation. So all those things first of all required production system. What kind of production system you want? And breeding goal. What is our breeding goal, and who are our beneficiary? Okay. First of all, that you should know what is the taste of the particular our client, like consumer, like consumers, like what kind of taste. suppose the tests, why the Jointiro and Amrit Katla they took, all the, in carp production, 30 to 35% I told Amrit Katla, like Katla, they demanded in around India and, northeastern parts also. And that's why, so focus on your breeding goal. Breeding goal should be what kind of fishes you have, what is the strategy you are looking for. So then collection of the information that, all the data we have, weight, then length of the fish, then what is the body depth. So all the traits we have to count. Then what is the family relation, then we keep it in, hapas or, tanks. Then determine selection criteria, then genetic model, then we have to breeding value estimation, then selection. But that is much more important. First of all, you have to getting those, stock, different stock. Suppose different population, base population we have to create. We have to create a base population of different sources. So if you go for some improved variety, suppose some different selection. So maybe the wild you can collect from different river, because the riverine system is the most diversified system in the world. So from the riverine system, we collect all those fish species for the base population. From base population, we have to make them, it will take time. If you brooder you collected, or you collected for fingerling, then wait for the, make it a brooder. So after that, you have to breed them. So breed them according to their, select the brooder and all. So next, after breeding, generation wise, you have to make those things. Okay. So in what kind, in all, family selection, mass selection program, in selective breeding program. So why you are looking for cohort breeding program? I'm taking a little bit focus on cohort breeding program. Why? So in cohort breeding program, so first of all, you make the cohort. Okay. So different cohort.
Hello?
You have to, yes.
Oh, yes, Vasu Chairman.
Yeah.
Yes,
Am I
sir. Good
audible?
morning.
Yes, sir. So when you have make the
Vasu
cohort,
Chairman.
yes, what happened? Am I audible?
I think that's
Okay, sorry. So
no,
whenever you make the cohort breeding program, then so how you breed them? Okay, so whenever, so all these breeding program, selective breeding program and genetic breeding program, we have to reduce or minimize the inbreeding. So how we will make the inbreeding, reduce the inbreeding? So whenever you suppose you have 6 stocks, suppose 6 stocks, suppose A, B, C, D, E, F. So whenever you met them, A met with the B, then B met with the C, and C met with the D, like that way. Okay, in a channel way, so that no,
can I interrupt you a little?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you
Yes, ma'am.
scrolling the slide? Actually, slide not moving. So are you moving or we are still talking about the video?
Now it's moving, ma'am.
No, it's still stuck on the sides.
It shows it's moving over here.
Actually, that's what participants are wondering. Why are not moving? Actually, that's on the spot.
Is it moving now?
No, sir.
Till now, the problem is same. Shall I stop staring again? Start the same, setting the things.
Yeah.
Just
Now
a minute,
it
please.
moved to the.
And then stop.
Is it okay
Yes.
now, madam?
Yes.
Okay. So comes to the production system, Also in production system, we have pond-based production system, recirculated aquaculture system, then flow-through and integrated open water, cage or pen. So other production system like monoculture, polyculture system, monosex culture system, and intensive and super intensive production system. So what are the breeding goal we have having in the breeding program is only effective when a breeding goal is consequently maintained for many generations. Okay, like traits like a production, product, quality, health, welfare traits, confirmation the trait, then support performance and fertility. So these are the breeding goals we are having, and the collection of the information. Whatever the information we have collected, so what are the information we have collected, like that their growth, I told you that the growth, the pedigree of the fishes. So what are the parents, and all those things, grandparents, great grandparents, we have to connect those things by recording those, by tagging them. Okay, whenever we just tag them, then we can get the information up to their offspring level. So how will do the breeding value estimation over here? So by knowing the breeding goal and after recording the relevant traits from the potential parents, so indeed then the parents we have to select it and exclude it for the reproduction. Then one genetic model we have to make that one, and statistical model including pedigree information and breeding value for the trait has to be estimated. Okay, so see in 1940, how the chicken is coming, then all this research that started from 1940 onward, dairy cows, pigs, and Norwegian salmon. After 1970, they started with the salmon, then tilapia and all those things now going on. Then selection and mating individual. So as per the estimated breeding value, so sire and dam we have to select it. So then next, parents with a higher than average estimated breeding value, we have to choose those fishes. So after choosing those fishes, we have to mate them, and after mating, we have to see the dissemination of the genetic gain, how and the performance level. We have to see whenever we breed them, we have to see the performance of the individual. Whenever the performance of the individual, we have to check. So at farmer's field and at a different geographical location. So whenever the different geographical location, we have to see what is the performance of their fishes or offspring. So we know multiplying generation and multiplier units we have to find. So after that, so in poultry and piggery, all those that we are getting. So after that, evaluate the things. So how you evaluate the breeding program should be evaluated regularly. So if first generation is okay, after second or third generation or fourth generation, like Amrit Katla, they have done. After third generation, they have disseminated those things. So after all those things, we have to see. So this is the main objective of the breeding program. I told to my viewer. So first is definite what is the breeding goal, and then collection of information, determination of selection criteria, selection and mating those things. After that, dissemination is important, and evaluation, genetic improvement program. So every generation we have to evaluate the genetic improvement and all. So challenges, what are the challenges? We have to feed 9 billion people in the world. So for for that we required more fishes and genetically improved variety which have more flesh quality, and so developing country productivity, fitness traits are the major challenges for the fish breeding or animal breeding program. So challenging these things, we have to the more focus on genetic improved variety, so that less consumption of feed, they have more growth to our natural or wild environment, natural product. Suppose genetic improved variety of fishes, suppose 200 gram, or suppose 1 kilogram, if it grows for one fish up in normal condition, if genetic improved fish they grow into 1200 gram, then you can get those things. Okay, is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So definitely more and more things will come into in the world of fishery science. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and I am thanking to the Women Fisheries Graduate Network for giving me, and thanks to Apurva also, Apurva Kriti and Akanksha madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
In the things. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Yes, sir. That we will ask after every speaker has been done with their presentation, sir.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing talk. Moving to our next speaker, that is Ms. Douniazad Abbani, a passionate researcher and emerging voice in the field of sustainable aquaculture and the blue economy. She is currently pursuing advanced studies in sustainable blue economy, where she is gaining interdisciplinary expertise in marine governance, coastal management, and coastal marine industries. Her work emphasizes bridging the gap between research and the real world implementation, an essential step towards building resilient and future ready aquaculture system. Ms. Abbani has also actively engaged in international learning experience, including field exposure to aquaculture practices such as hatchery cooperation, live feed production, and early stage fish rearing system. These hands-on experience combined with her academic training provide her with a well-rounded perspective on both on the science and application of aquaculture. Her contributions also extends to research and knowledge sharing, including work on fish farming system in southern Algeria, highlighting regional challenges and opportunities in aquaculture development. With her growing expertise and dedications to sustainability, she represents the new generation of scientists and professionals shaping the future of the blue economy. Please join me in warmly welcoming Douniazad Abbani.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for the introduction. I can't share my camera. Okay, you can see me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I want to organizer of this event for the invitation and also for doing a great job with promoting aquaculture and education. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. And okay, my presentation is already here. So okay. So my presentation won't be technical like the previous one. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about aquaculture, about sustainability, and I'm gonna share some examples that I have worked on for Blue Life Hub magazine, which is a blue economy magazine that focuses on blue economy and innovation, sustainability in Mediterranean and African regions. And okay, let's get started. Next, okay. I'm sorry because I'm not sharing my screen. I have some problems with my laptop, so my friend is sharing the screen. So you're gonna hear a lot of next slide. Sorry for that. So before discussing aquaculture, we need to understand the challenges that brought us here. Today, the world is facing several major challenges. Climate change is affecting water availability and increasing temperatures. Marine pollution continues to damage aquatic ecosystems, and the global population is growing rapidly, which is increasing the demand on healthy and affordable food. At the same time, many wild fish stock are under a huge pressure due to overfishing. These challenges are interconnected. If we continue relying on traditional food production systems, meeting future food demand will be very difficult. This is exactly why aquaculture has become one of the fastest growing food production sector in the world. It offers us opportunity to produce more food while reducing pressure on natural stocks. So what aquaculture is? Aquaculture is the farming of aquatic organisms under controlled conditions. It includes the fish, shrimp, shellfish, seaweed, and many other aquatic species. Production can take place in ponds, cages, tanks, recycling systems, or integrated systems such as aquaponics. Unlike capture fisheries, aquaculture allows us to manage production, improve efficiency, and better control environment conditions. But today, aquaculture is much more than producing fish. It combines science, technology, environment management, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And here, like you can see, those are some numbers from FAO reports. Aquaculture reached like a huge number in 2022 with plus 130 million ton of production, and with an estimated sale value of $330 billion. So this is like a very important number, and also with plus 61 million people having like direct position in this field, which is really important. This shows how aquaculture is growing these days. So, why aquaculture is important? Why we should do aquaculture? First of all, because it contributes directly to food security. It provides one of the healthiest resources of animal protein and essential nutrients. Second, aquaculture creates jobs, and not only on farmers, but through the entire value chain. Like it provides jobs at hatcheries, feed production, equipment suppliers, transportation, processing, marketing, restaurant, research, training, and it goes on and on, and many other supporting industries. Finally, responsible aquaculture helps reduce pressure on wild fisheries. Every kilogram of fish produced sustainably through aquaculture helps reduce dependence on overexploited natural resources. This is why aquaculture is not simply another agricultural activity. It is becoming an essential component of sustainable food system. Now, moving to sustainable development goals. Because of these benefits, aquaculture contributes directly to achieving several sustainable development goals. It supports SDG 2 by improving food security, contributes to SDG 8 by creating a decent job and supporting local economies. It supports SDG 30 through climate smart production systems, and it contributes to SDG 14 by reducing pressure on wild marine resources when practiced responsibly. However, simply producing more fish is not enough. The real question is, how can we ensure that aquaculture remains sustainable in the long term? That brings me to the next part of this presentation, which is sustainability. Sustainability is not only about protecting the environment, it's about ensuring that aquaculture continues to provide food, jobs, and economic opportunities for future generations. Sustainable aquaculture combines responsible resource management with a strong institutions, skills farmers, and continuous innovation and capacity building. As a trainer, I always like to talk about capacity building. We often invest in equipment, technology, and infrastructure, but the most valuable investment is investing in people. A trained farmer will always produce more. It is like something that we all agree on. And training reduces mistakes. It saves time. It improves farm management. It helps farmer understand markets, cost, risks, and long-term planning. Understanding your local environment, available resources, and market needs before starting project it can save years of trial and errors. So capacity building is not a one-time course. It is a continuous learning process. Now I'm gonna share with you some examples from a previous case study that I worked on with the magazine. My first example will be from Algeria, from the south of Algeria, and it is like a desert. It is the Sahara part of Algeria. And when people think about fish farming, they usually imagine coastal regions. They imagine like sea, ocean. But here in the south of Algeria, the place proves that aquaculture can also be done in the desert. So next slide, please. Okay, perfect. So since the early of 2000, aquaculture has expanded across the Sahara in Algeria, bringing fresh fish production closer to inland communities. Why this is important? Its importance goes like far beyond producing fish. Fresh fish becomes available hundreds of kilometers away from the coast. So it's like the region I'm talking about, it is the one in pink. So it is like 100 kilometers far from sea. So farmers diversify their incomes, and aquaculture here supports local businesses and services. They do integrated aquaculture with agriculture because the main activity here is agriculture. So when they do farm fish, they will have like two products, vegetable and also fish. And this approach, which is integrated farming, improves water efficiency by combining fish farming with agriculture. Can you move to the next slide, please? So I put some pictures from some farms here in the south of Algeria. So this region is mainly known by producing oil and gas, and like there is some agriculture activities. So aquaculture here is becoming another strategic sector for sustainable economic diversification, and hopefully they will continue doing this great job in a sustainable way. So next example is from Libya. Libya, like the most known fact is that Libya is facing a water scarcity, and it is the problem like in the most of African countries. So this aquaponic project shows that producing food does not always require large areas or excessive water. Fish and vegetable are produced together in one integrated system. Can you move to the next slide, please? Okay, so always some pictures from this project. This project demonstrates how innovation can improve food security while reducing water consumption. And it is also a model that families, schools, and small entrepreneurs can replicate. So it is always like have benefit to see other examples and other experiences. So my last example is from Gaza. So this sea bream farm represented much more than aquaculture production. It is about fresh fish, local jobs, renewable energy, restaurant and student internships, and practical training. It connected production with education, business, and local communities in one value chain. And even though the farm was like destroyed 2 years ago due to the war, but it shows that aquaculture, even in very difficult conditions, can bring a lot. It's not only about farming, it's about resilience and about how community can survive in very difficult conditions. So Next, okay. These are some pictures from the farm. So it creates opportunities for engineers, economists, project managers, trainers, research, young entrepreneur, and it provides local community with some healthy and affordable food. So this shows us that every successful fish farm depends on an entire value chain. It's not only on fish production. And building a sustainable aquaculture sector means creating sustainable careers, strong local economies, and more resilient community. And I would like to conclude with saying that the future of aquaculture will not be like built on by producing more. It will be built by producing more knowledge, training more people, creating more partnership, and making like sustainability part of every decision we take. Because when we invest in people, sustainable aquaculture becomes much more than a production system. It becomes like a driver of development. That's all I got today, and thank you for the attention, and thank you again for the invitation. And I am ready for any question you will have. Sorry if I've been too fast.
Thank you, Ms. Abbani, for such beautiful session. Introducing our next speaker, Victoriah Arathi, a dedicated researcher, scholar in the field of aquaculture. Victoriah represents the emerging generation of researchers who are playing a vital role in shaping the future of sustainable aquatic food system. Her work reflects a growing focus on key areas such as sustainable aquaculture practices, resource-efficient production systems, and the integration of scientific research with real-world application. As a research scholar, she brings with her not only technical knowledge but also a fresh perspectives, curiosity, and a strong drive to contributing meaningful to global food security through aquaculture. In addition to her academic pursuits, Victoria is a part of a vibrant network of young professionals and researchers, contributing to knowledge exchange and collaborative learning with the global aquaculture community. Her participation in platforms like this summit highlights her commitment to dialogue, innovation, and continuous learning. We are delighted to have her with us today, and we look forward to hearing her insight and perspectives on how aquaculture can help feed the future. Please join me in warm welcoming Victoria Arathi.
Thank you so much for the wonderful speech and the beautiful introduction. I'm Victoria Arathi. I'm in Kenya currently, in Africa. I'm working with Jumbo Fish Farm currently as an aquaculture intern. I'm sorry I'm not able to share with you my video on my end. So basically I'll just be talking, but I'll share with you my slides. I'm involved with various activities. These include the hatchery operations activities, where we have a RAS system, and the production entails both tilapia species and the catfish species. These are basically the tropical species. With the RAS system, we are able to do a production of over 600,000 catfish fingerlings and also 800,000 tilapia fingerlings. We also have growth section where I'm basically involved with the pond activities. This is the stocking of the ponds and basically the pairing of the tilapia species. I'm also involved with the women and youth, giving them the hands-on skill training where we empower them with various activities that include the feeding regimes that's being involved in aquaculture. We also do the marketing linkages to our farmers, where partially able to conduct a survey with these farmers and knowing where we are able to supply the fingerling or the fish that they have been stocked. So that's all about me. I'll share with you my slide. Hopefully it's visible on your end. I'll talk about feeding the future, women, innovation, and aquaculture. We'll ask ourselves, why do we have these three domains, women, innovation, and aquaculture? We have women since their they play a key role in the aquaculture value chain. This involves from production, processing to the marketing. In terms of innovation, this comes in hand with the growing fast generation where we have various innovation coming in terms of the scalability, traceability, and the digital recording of the different activities that happens in our farms. And in terms of aquaculture, we say, why do we do aquaculture? This basically involves the fish, where we know like the white meat is way cheaper compared to the red meat. So that creates an opportunity for the food security, and also it's a source of income to most people who venture into aquaculture. So I'll give you an example. This is like having a group of football players where we have 11 players, and then another team has half the players. So basically, we all know the team with higher players will definitely win, and that's why we need to go hand in hand with women innovation and aquaculture. So imagine a world where 1 out of every 2 fish we eat comes from our farms. On talking about the feed management, basically we all know 70% of our total fish production cost goes to feed. So these involve the optimizing quality, quantity, and feeding times, which definitely will tell you profitability and the ecological balance. And then we have 2 main goals that you have to look into. This is the size adaptation and the feeding regimes. When talking about the size adaptation, you're talking about the starter, grow, and the finisher. You have to know which feed to start with from the starter, grow to the finisher. And in terms of the number of times you're feeding, it varies depending on the hatchery and the grout section. In the hatchery, you can feed your fish like 6 times in a day, while the grout, you can feed your fish like 3 times in a day. So that's something basically we all have to know. Talking of the FCR, this helps with determining the quantity of the food. This is like the food administered over the total weight gained. It enables a farmer to calculate the amount of feed he or she has given to the fish. When you're talking about optimizing fish production, how do we attain this? That's a question we ask ourselves. And what is fish production? This is basically the precise breeding, rearing, and harvesting of fish. We have 4 parameters that you have to look into: the quality broodstock, the fingerling, and water quality parameters, optimal stocking density. When I say quality broodstock, this comes hand in hand with the quality feeds. Since 70% of our total production goes to the feeds, this has to be attained. You ensure your broodstock has fed on a quality feed. Before you reach to being a broodstock, you have to start with quality fingerlings. So the feed totally matters as the total production. Water quality is attained. You have to know the parameters. These include the pH, the temperature, the total dissolved solid, the salinity. You have to know that so as to attain a good fish production. Optimal stocking density is all about the size of the pond. You have to know what size is my pond before I do the stockings. This is to avoid the overstocking, which may lead to stunted growth. Talking about culture system, we have various culture systems. These are the intensive, semi-intensive, which basically involves around the ponds, cages, and the concrete systems. I'll take you through also on importance of pond management. This plays a vital role in fish growth. You'll ask yourself, what is pond management and why is it important? Pond management basically involves the practical activities around our pond to ensure sustainable productivity. Its importance lies between the minimization of predators. We know human beings are major predators, but as we also have the birds, snakes, and frogs. So in terms of bird, you can implement use of the bird nets, which ensures your fish are safe. And then inspect your diets, inlets, and outlets. With the inlets, you can have a screening to ensure the water coming into your pond are not infested by diseases. From this image, you can tell that that's a clear picture on conducting our pond management. And then maintain good water quality. This comes hand in hand with the optimal feeding. You have to ensure you're not overfeeding your fish so as to maintain clear water parameters, and you're able to know this by checking the water quality. And then control weed and sludge. When I say sludge, this means the excessive feed that may result from the overfeeding and also from the waste from the fish. And when I say about control weed, algae, we know algae is an important factor when it comes to fish production. It can be an food to the fish as well. It can also be a critical disadvantage to our fish, since it may limit the oxygen coming to our fish. Conference, we had a total production of 235 million tons, which basically increased from 2022 by 5.2%. From these, we had 195 tons on aquatic.
Ma'am, are you still speaking? Hello?
Sorry about that. I had a technical issue. Hope you can hear me and see the slides from your end. Okay, so I'll continue. Sorry about that. In terms of employment and gender equity, we all know we have 65 million people in aquaculture as at right now, and women are basically involved in this, and that's why we say we have to create a system where we equip women into this. 35% of this goes to aquaculture, 56% goes to capture fisheries, and 9% goes to unspecified. And then when you look at employment by type, basically in terms of in fisheries and aquaculture and in processing, we have 64% full-time people. Sorry, I hope you can see the slides on your end. I'll repeat again on employment and gender equity. We have a total of 65 million people in aquaculture, basically having that 5% of these people in aquaculture, 56 on capture fisheries, and 9% are unspecified. And then I mentioned in processing, we have 77% of people in full-time, 11% in part-time, and 12% in occasional. And this is just a continuation of whatever we are saying on fish processing and where women are involved, and it includes the scaling and gutting of tilapia. On hatchery SOPs, these are just the basic standard operating procedures that happen between our hatchery. From the images, you can see the various activities ongoing. And first, you have to know the broodstock selection, and this comes hand in hand with knowing the quality of the feed you're feeding to your fish, so as to be able to attain a good broodstock for your production. And then you do the conditioning inducement, where we use an hormone or the pituitary gland, and then sweeping is done, fertilization, incubation, and hatching. From the images, you can tell all these activities. On to the next is about the post-hatching practices. Okay, you've achieved all these. What are your practices to be able to attain this production? So you have to do the careful level rearing and nursery care. You have to check your water quality. This includes the temperature, pH, the dissolved solids, the DO, and the biosecurity measures. We have various biosecurity measures when coming into your hatchery. So all that must be attained. Water quality and innovation. This is basically a big role when it comes to production of your fish. You have to know the water you are using to your fish. From the first image is a line-up one, and basically the read is just taking the reading, and the one gadget is giving you all the reading you have to know. These are the temperature, pH, the salinity, the TDS, which is the total dissolved solids, and then these records are being digitized, and then it's so easy for us to monitor whatever is happening to the water with our fish. From the second image is a real-time stressor detection. With this, it's basically used in lakes, where this was inserted here in Kenya, where we will be able to tell if you have a water pollution, you can be able to tell that this area has been affected, and it will send the information just like a signal, and then probably the cage farmers will be alerted that we have a problem on this end. Innovation in aquaculture. This is a RAS system. We know the components of a RAS system include the mechanical filters, the water heaters, the UV. It has various importance, and that's why it's basically an innovation coming in aquaculture. First is the water optimization. 90 to 99% of this water is being reused, so that ensures that areas that have lack of water as a challenge are able to optimize their water and higher production capacity. From the system, you can tell it's so small, but you can do a production of 600 to 1 million per production cycle. So it enables higher production capacity. And then environmental conservation. The water from this system are not just released to the environment. They are integrated in a way. We have aquaponics, where they are being taken to the plants and the crops to enable the integration process. I'll talk on alternative feed sources, which is the black soldier fly farming. This is a growing venture that enables us to cut cost on feeds, since it plays 70% of our production. So BSF protein provides a circular and affordable alternative. From the first organic conversion, this reduces waste disposal, creates additional income, and supports circular economy. These waste from the food, fruits, enables us to get the larva, and this larva fed to the fish, either dried or live larva. And then low footprint requires less land and water resource. From the diagram, just like where a small greenhouse, where you can do this, you don't need a large space, you don't need water, it's just having these necessary equipment. And then cost optimization reduces the production cost by 30%. We said feed covers 40%, 70%. So when this is reduced by 30%, we know we only have 40%. So that's an alternative or feed source. Building farmers' capacity. I'm involved so much with training of women and youth to empower them, because we know the women play a key role. So real training and in feeding, water testing, and pond preparation is like a key to these farmers. So we have to offer them hands-on skills on this, not just being able to tell them read on that, read on this, but being able to be there and tell them what to do and what not to do, and offering extension services, empowering communities. And then the Sustainable Development Goals. These will ensure a good future for aquaculture. We basically have these 5 for aquaculture, which is the zero hunger, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, and life below water. On transformative regional impact, this is just like the trend. So with Jumbo Fish Farm outcomes, we talk on reliable inputs, local employment and demonstration hub. And then we have the strategic future horizon, basically empowering women and scaling tech guarantees reliable food system. These include the quality base, where the solid cost managed feeding drives sustainable scaling, and then the circular value. We talk about CSF and the eco-smart operation build environmental resilience, and then inclusive growth, where we actively involve women as executive and business leads. In this, you avoid the stereotype where women are basically not engaged in various activities like the hatchery operations. And thank you so much for your time. It was nice interacting with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria, and all the speakers for taking your time and coming in such short notices to share your knowledge with us. I assure you, you've learned many new things today. However, as we are in an interactive session, I would love to know all your perspectives on some of the questions that we have prepared. Firstly, my question is to Dr. Sunil Nayak, sir. Sir, as your major work involves genetic engineering, I would like to know, looking ahead, should the future of aquaculture focus on growing more fish or growing better fish that delivers higher value, healthier ecosystems, and greater long-term sustainability?
Yes, madam, that's a very good question. We required, see, we have a very big population, okay, around, in India 1.4 billion and in the world 9 billion. Okay, you required for, more fishes, but at the same time, quality issues should be required. Okay, so, better production, that's you told, you are telling like that, no? So it's required in the terms of production and productivity with the best quality production we required, madam.
Okay, sir.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Okay, so what I understood is that we require not only that intensification, but also we have to intensify our culture systems in a way that it doesn't deteriorate the quality of our fishes, our nutrition.
Definitely, madam. That one also, and we will take care of our environment also. So sustainability should be there. There should be some sustainable things. Okay, because to feed the vast population of the world or India, we require more fishes. Okay, to feed the world. Definitely, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving to, actually, I have another question for Ms. Victoriah Arathi. Despite their contribution, as you know, that women remain underrepresented in leadership roles. What changes are needed to bridge this gap? And what is your vision for the goal of women in shaping the future of global aquaculture?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. That's so interesting. For women to attain this, what we have to build on is the training and capacity building. This is offering these women spaces for them to train and gain hands-on skill. And also in terms of the financial, we have to help them finance them with a special mechanism on how to get starters. Like, we know feeds are so much expensive. So it's something like we have to look into and how to engage them in this.
Yes, ma'am. But actually, we are really underrepresented in our country as well. When it comes to women in the field, we are really underrepresented. How do you think that we can attract the more women population in contributing to this sector?
This is just creating a platform where women can be heard, and then we have to work on this stereotype where women are viewed like a woman can't handle these operation activities. So we just have to create that environment for women and offering the training for them as a way to be able to fit into this. And basically, you see women are involved so much in processing, something women can do, and then offering the markets, linkages, and all that to these women. So I think with that, we'll be able to represent these women and their voices will be heard.
Yes, actually, that's why I loved your presentation, all the pictures that you had. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Victoria. Another question that I have that is directed to Ms. Abbani, that from your perspective, how can innovation and technology make aquaculture more sustainable and accessible across different regions?
Thank you for the question. Actually, the technology and innovation can use in all type of farming, and it helps us reduce. For example, if we use in like RAS or aquaponic, we're gonna reduce the use of water. And if, for example, we're gonna use some feeder machine, we're gonna like minimize the waste of feeding, which is like it is the responsible of the high cost of production in farming, in all kinds of farming. So yes, if we use technologies in aquaculture, we will be like producing and protecting the environment, preserving the water, and also like saving time and equipment budget and stuff like that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Also, I would like our participants, if you guys have any question, please just drop it on the comment box and I will read it for our speakers. Okay, so actually, till they are contemplating on that, I have another question to Miss Ola Awad Ali Ashry. Ma'am, from your experience, how can research-driven aquaculture solutions be adapted to different regional challenges, particularly in water-scarce or resource-limited environment? And because like we are, as the climate changes, we are facing a lot of this water scarcity. And so I want to know, like, how can aquaculture grow in such cases? Hello. I think Miss Ashry is not here. Okay, I think she left. So any one of our speaker, would you like to give me your... Yes, so we have actually one question from the... so Shrishti Joseph is asking, how can hatchery-based stock enhancement programs be better integrated with habitat restoration and ecosystem-based fisheries management to ensure sustainable outcomes? Any of the speakers, would you like to answer this question?
Yes, madam. May I answer this one, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. See, hatchery-based system, when one can, in hatchery, we have around more than 3,500 hatcheries in India. So if someone will be in hatchery system, no, so how to minimize the inbreeding? First of all, we have the hatchery manager over here. Okay, lots of hatchery manager. So you have to aware them first thing. Next one, to minimize the inbreeding, ma'am, we have to, parent offspring mating we have to reduce. Next one is sib mating also we have to reduce. So for that we have to know, you have to go for tagging. Otherwise nowadays we are working on AI/ML, some kind of digitization. When you will take the photographs of the fish, we can come to know its age. So if you know the age of the fish, so these sorts of breeding and mating kind of things, and you have to reduce the inbreeding also.
Okay, sir. Also, I would like, I'm just directing a general a question to you, all of my speakers actually. In your opinion, what is the biggest research gaps that are currently existing in aquaculture that researchers should focus more on?
See, may I interrupt, madam, again?
Yes.
I say, so biggest, see, in India, whatever we are searching, no, madam. So preservation is the main biggest challenge for us in fish. Very perishable commodity. Okay, perishable commodity. If you preserve that one, okay, because farmers what they want, no, from the farm gate price and the farm gate price and to the market. Okay, so tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities market, that is the big gap. If we minimize the gap, like preserving those things for cold chain storage and all those things, definitely will increase the the farmers benefit.
Yes, that a big
I'll also
question
want
actually.
I'll also want to add a point on that, on the research gaps in
Yes, ma'am.
aquaculture. We can
Yes,
also
ma'am.
look at the post-harvest loss reduction and value addition. This is in terms of the transportation. Before these fish get to our markets, how we reduce their post-harvest loss. And also we can look at the disease prevention and rapid diagnostics. We have different bacterial infection or the fungi in our fish. So that's something we can be able to integrate and look into. And also in terms of technologies and AI, that's something we can basically take advantage on, and then it will enable a sustainable aquaculture. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. We have two more speakers, so please, ma'am, Miss Abbani, would you like to add something?
Yes, in my region, and I guess even in the Middle East, like in general, the gap is the lack of sustainable and environmental friendly aquaculture practices. Like we need to improve, our production, but reduce the environmental impact and develop better management methods, especially like talking about Algeria. I live in the south of Algeria, and water is something that's very important in regular conditions. But you can imagine how important it is in arid area and in the Sahara. So, okay, doing aquaculture is good. It creates food. It creates job opportunities. We also provide healthy food, but we need to do it like in a sustainable way, so we don't damage our resources. So for me, it's to do it in a sustainable and friendly way. So we need to work more on that.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much. We have one more question that is directed to Dr. Nayak. The question is, it's not about more feeding or more inputs. If the seed is failed, we can't get anything. Do we have genetically tested seeds? Do we have S&P panels for our IMC?
Yes, madam, it's there, but it's not to the local farmers, in field. It will take time, ma'am, because for one SNP it will take $10,000. Okay, so like that way, it will take time, ma'am, but definitely the things are there. It will come to the market very soon.
Okay, sir. Thank you. We have another question, that is, how can developing countries strengthen their genetic improvement programs while preserving the genetic diversity of indigenous fish populations? That is a very good question, I think.
Yes, ma'am, definitely we should promote our indigenous species, okay, because invasive or exotic species we don't want also. But sometimes, for people's taste, like fungus, why fungus came home into Indians market, okay, because like poultry, it don't have that much of spine, okay, so that people like those things, okay, because people don't want spines, when they are taking and consuming the fishes. So that's the reason, madam. But definitely our indigenous species should be promoted. That's why all those, whatever the program going on in India, Okay, so maximum are in our indigenous variety only, or definitely promote them.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Uh, does anyone else have any questions? Okay, so a general question again. What advice as mentors would you give to the young scholars such as ourselves entering the field of aquaculture? There are so many BFSC, that is bachelor students with us here. So I would like this question to be answered by all of my speakers, please. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So what advice you would give, sir, to the young scholars that are just entering this field of our aquaculture?
Yes, madam, it's the right time, because still we aren't see our production in terms of monetary value around 73,500 crore. So we have to go our more than 1 lakh crore and more than that. So we have to do so. It's a best time to till to 2070 up to there. Definitely the period is very good period for all the fishery fraternities or fisheries guys and girls. Definitely we have a better time. This time is a better time.
Okay. Victoria, Miss Victoria, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, I would love to add something. Basically, I'll tell the early career growers on aquaculture, you have to stay curious and commit to a lifelong learning. We all know learning doesn't stop at any point. So it's something that you have to build in you to be able to attain this. And then build on your technical skill. Hands-on skill is something that's so worth going for any day, anytime. You should consider building your hands-on skill and also prioritize innovation. With this modern system, something like innovation is growing so fast, so we have to prioritize that as a priority. Okay, thank you.
That is a very good addition, actually. Curiosity is, I would say, the mother of success, right? Miss Abbani, would you like to add something to this?
I believe that my colleague said everything, and I totally agree with that. I will advise them to keep learning, like always keep learning, read a lot, do internships, do courses, keep learning, work hard, and always focus on sustainability. Like try to help in the development of in a sustainable way. Keep it sustainable.
Thank you so much. Another question, actually, again for the Dr. Nayak. Why don't we replace Pangasius with Velagoatu? Velago can grow faster than Pangasius, and Otis premium too. What is Otis? I didn't understand. I'm sorry.
Madam, that is Valagatu, whatever the Valagatu is called the freshwater shark. Okay, it grows bigger size, but it's a highly carnivorous fish. Okay, ma'am. So it will eat our whatever the herbivorous, carps and all, so small sorts of catfishes. It will eat. So it's very cannibalism, and it's a very carnivorous fish. So that's what Pangasis came to the market. Yes, Valaga to have chances, but due to its a cannibalistic nature, and so that it's not promoted, ma'am. It's called freshwater shark, that Valagatu.
Yes. Also, can anyone of the speakers answer that? Yes, we are innovating new technologies and everything. There are many researchers now in aquaculture and all of the field in fisheries, but still there are so many challenges that technology that is absolutely successful in the lab is not getting reached to the farmers. So what are the biggest challenges farmers are facing in adapting these improved aquaculture practices? And how can we make it easier for the farmers so that they can even adapt it and they can get profited from all these aquaculture improvements and innovations that researchers are spending the day and night with.
Yes, madam, things are going on, into the farmer's field. But actually, the problem is, what farmer wants, sometimes, farmer wants. Okay, suppose I give an example. Okay, adulterate fish, we have the market in West Bengal area. So that supply entire India. Okay, so sometimes, sometimes things, you require much more fishes, or much more seed, but sometimes that much target we want, so that's some part of gap is there. But still, as the farmers, what is the problems, last time, Krisi Mantralaya, Agriculture Ministry started one program, Viksit Krisi Sankalp Abhiyan. On that basis, lots of questions were taken from the farmers, now given us as a challenges kind of work. So definitely, madam, it will be, we have to, we are here to, solve the problems of farmers. Definitely it goes on, ma'am. Definitely.
Okay, sir. We also have speakers from two different places. So would you like to add something to this?
Yes, I'd love to add something on this. From experience with interacting mostly with women and youth, we have so many challenges, and basically with innovation, we still are not able to achieve all these. And that's why I insisted on hands-on skill to these farmers, women, and the youth. This will increase their farming training. We can also see a challenge in terms of the limited access to the quality seed. This comes hand in hand with the quality feed. So if we don't have a quality feed, the seed that is the fingerling or the fries are not good for our broodstock. And then we have a challenge in terms of the limited market access. And that's why we tend to link these farmers to the market, because you can do all the production, and then where does your fish go to? So you have to create a channel that enables these farmers to access the market. And in terms of finance, that's also a challenge in a way to create digital finance services for these farmers, the youth, the women. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Ms. Abbani, would you like to add something to this? The challenges that...
Yes, exactly. I would agree with Victoria when she talks about cost. So it is sometimes it's very expensive to small scale farmers to use some technologies, and like, for example, closed system, recycled systems sometimes are very expensive. Also, aquaponics sometimes it's very expensive. So I totally agree with what she said. And if I can add something, is like in that case, what will work is like when we try to use available resources, try to train our farmers. Like if I'm gonna take an example from Egypt. Egypt now, it is the third producer of tilapia in the world, and it is like basically because of the small scale farmers. Like they train them, they do field visit, they try to like teach them, they keep them always learning what are the best practices. So we try to produce, but with the available resources and what we have. So it's not always technology innovation, but sometimes simple ways, and a very well-trained farmer can help us to reach some like huge production scales.
Okay. Thank you, Abbani. We have Kasim Mayuga. So you want to ask questions?
Hi. Yes, I would like to
Yes,
sort of
please.
contribute
Would you
to the
like to ask
challenge.
any question for us?
Yes, I will. My name is Sabila Kasim. I'm from Kenya. I'm an advocate for inclusion of youth and women into aquaculture. So one challenge that has been on my mind for a while is land ownership, especially when it comes to our women and the youth. We talk about the other challenges, climate change, access to finance, capacity building, access to quality seed. But then let's stop and think about it. If I want to be a farmer, an aquaculture, I want to rear some fish, I need land, right?
Yes.
I look at it like that is where it all begins. Where are we going to set up all these things? But then let's look at worldwide. Who owns the land? How can the youth and women access land to actually set up their aquaculture enterprises, their ventures, and any other thing that they need to set up for their project? So it has been on my mind for a while, and I'm just thinking, we need to think about land ownership. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kasim. Anyone else want to ask any question with our speakers or say something, add to anything? Okay, Frederick, I will unmute you.
May I add, ma'am?
Yes, sir, definitely.
This is a very good question. Actually, in women, you see in the, male and women now, gender equity and all those things. Yes, the land ownership in female cases, okay, it's definitely a big issue. But in India, what government trying, whenever they gave the, some funding to, to uplift the farmer, male or female farmer, if female farmer take the, get more fund, rather than the male farmer. You understand, ma'am, what I'm saying? Okay. So government
Yes,
now taking care those issues, so giving more benefit to female farmer. So what happened, no, in a family, so the land ownership, if the male is having the land ownership, due to the fund and more, benefit ratio, so the land is now transferred in different parts of India. So they transferred to the women. Okay. So that's a good, initiative. Definitely, madam's question was very, it's really, we need to solve those issues, ma'am. Definitely, landowners.
Yes, also in India, I've heard that if you don't have a land, you can just lend that on lease for the farming
Definitely.
practices.
Yes. Lease out those things also, ma'am. For 10 years
Yes,
also.
so,
It's not for 1 or 2 years, because in aquaculture it's not
yeah.
for 3 years, 4 years kind of things. If you take the lease at minimum of 10 years, then you have to profit more also.
Yes, so that can be, I think, followed to every country. Also, coming to the next, actually, I saw a person that is, I think, Frederick. Yeah. Frederick, please.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm Frederick Omar. I'm from Kenya, actually. And first and foremost, I find this session very, very insightful and very informative. Actually, I have no question, but just to make some few comments based on maybe what you had asked initially. I really liked how the speakers answered them. And we all agree that, yeah, actually, it's not all about more fish, but quality matters. I've been into the sector, of course, Kenya, mostly we do the tropical species, that is catfish and tilapia. And one thing when we talk about quality really, really has helped in shortening the production cycle of most of our farmers. Actually, I'm the technical manager at Jumbo Fish Farm, where currently Victoriah is, and what you can see is when you talk about the underrepresentation of women in aquaculture, that is something that is very, very, very critical, true. And again, the stereotype that women cannot do it has always been a challenge. We are trying to eradicate this as Jumbo Fish Farm, and as one of the people who is trying to really advocate that women should be brought on board. You see the likes of Victoria, what they can do, what they can offer to the space if given that opportunity. It's very, very important. So we bring them on board and mentor them. Of course, capacity building is very instrumental here, as some of the speakers have mentioned. And whenever you build a capacity of somebody, whenever you build a capacity of a woman, you build the capacity of a woman, she feeds the entire, the whole family. We say women are caregivers, they are caretakers, they feed our families. As a man, you just go to work, bring, maybe provide, but at the end of the day, it is this woman who takes care of you. So it's very, very important that we build their capacity and get them positions. They need to feel represented in all manners. One thing about the youth and women that also we need to clearly bring about, it's about passion, because aquaculture for many years, maybe in African countries, Kenya being a case study, aquaculture has been seen as all about, it is just mud and water. So you see most people, or maybe the youth, the current generation, are seeing it as something that is not worth. It is not all about mud and water. There's a lot of things in aquaculture. With the global demand, the increasing population, there is urgent need to feed this population. And that is now the untapped sector, mostly in African countries, has been aquaculture. Now that the government is coming up and bringing up initiatives that are promoting this, we need to entice them, tell them that there are more opportunities here. They can create by their own. You build their capacity so that they can create more jobs by themselves. So I think it's very, very important, and such like sessions, again, brings them on board. They share their experiences, and it's a good one, and I really encourage this. Probably I'll also be in a position to share some of my experience with them, maybe in subsequent presentations. So I'm readily available for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Frederick. It's amazing to listen from just listen us up, listen everyone appreciate this step. So thank you so much again. Actually, one last question I have. I'm sorry, and after this, I will just free all of you guys. As actually, when it comes to aquaculture, culturing fishes, yeah, sorry. So when it comes to aquaculture, culturing fishes, we see that the most part of the investment that we are making, that goes into the feed costs only. Like 60% of it goes to the feed costs. So there have been many, of course, changes so that we can reduce those costs, like moving to phytobiotics, and of course, like Victoria showed in one of her slide, that black soldier flies, they are becoming some latest inventions, as well as accommodations that we are making, that we are improving our feed. So I want to know, what are your views? Like, how can these innovations help reduce feed costs, and what is your preferred method that can help them reduce feed costs while improving the productivity from that is for the small scale farmers? I'm sorry if my question got too long and anyone just, but still, did you understand?
Okay, can I?
Yeah.
I guess I understand you very well. Well, I'm not expert when it comes to feeding or fish nutrition, but I believe so. Like my point of view is like the cost of feeding depends on the choice of our species that we are farming. Like if when we choose like carnivore species, obviously it's gonna be like a huge cost when it comes to feeding, but in the opposite, herbivores can consume less. For me, in a sustainable perspective, I will go with the herbivore species like tilapia, for example, and it will help us to reduce the raw material that we're gonna use to produce the feed for this kind of fish. I'm not sure about the the latest researches or innovation when it comes to fish feeding. But I believe that if we choose species that have like herbivore diet will be sustainable, will be less expensive. But I'm not an expert, but I believe that it depends on our choices. So maybe.
Okay, thank you so much, Abbani.